Hey y'all, it's Brandon from Voodoo Forge, and I just picked up this abused hot cut at the 127 sale about a month ago. And I want to make this useful again, so let's look at it. Now first of all, this is a strut tool. This was made by Plum, which I like Plum hammers and axes and stuff. And I'm relatively sure that this was a hot cut that has been ground, because that's got some grinding marks on it. It's very badly mushroomed and split, so this is going to have to be cut off and dressed. But one of the main things I want to do is try to adjust this angle on here, and I'm probably going to forge that a little bit. And the reason why is this is a hot cut. You can see a difference in the angles on it. It needs to be steeper. This is a cold cut, but you see this step here. So this didn't start out with that angle. I think it's been ground down over the years. So first thing I'm going to do is address this mushrooming, cutting that off, and then I think I'm going to stick it in the forge and try to draw this out a little, and then we'll make a handle for it. I'm going to start off with a cutting wheel and cut a lot of this mushroom off. Here's what you get into with mushrooming. This mushroomed over this way, this mushroomed over this way, it cracked. So you end up with all these little pieces that can easily become shrapnel when you're hitting them. So don't let your tools mushroom. When your tools start to mushroom, dress it immediately. Don't let it get like this. I've seen a million chisels and punches and things, usually in mechanic shops, that they've just let mushroom over, and they've got these huge areas of eye gouging stuff hanging all over them. That's a bad thing. Dress your tools every now and then. It's not that hard. You're bound to have a grinder somewhere. So that's just what I could get off with the cutoff wheel, and there's still cracks all the way through here. So I'm gonna have to grind it down with a regular grinding wheel and just try to get out as many of the cracks as possible, and then we'll see where we're at. Yeah, I've ground 3 of the 4 sides. You can see the kind of cracks I'm talking about there. And I can't leave that. Just taking off the cracks, I had to grind out a lot of material, but it's not a Fabergé egg. It'll be all right. The goal here is just to draw this out, take that steep angle off of it. I'm not putting this flat on the anvil, I'm holding it at the angle I want it to take. Coming out. Okay. Slowly but surely we're taking that abrupt angle at the end of this out. looking pretty good there. I think that's pretty much saved our material. Okay, I'm going to bring the whole piece up to just past critical temperature, and then I'm going to take it out of the forge and just let it normalize to ambient temperature, because we're all done forging it, and that'll help relieve any of the stresses on the steel that were there before or from the forging. Okay, let's look at this thing. That has got a much better profile for a hot cut. So, still needs to be dressed a little bit. I will do that with a flap disc. Just gonna clean it up. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to ask about hardening and tempering this. And you don't need to harden a hot cut, because it's only coming in contact with hot material. So if I were to harden this and temper this, as soon as the hardened and tempered edge came in contact with the hot material, it would start to lose its temper. So it makes no sense to harden and temper this. You don't have to harden and temper this, so we're not going to harden and temper it. We're going to keep it nice and normalized, and that way we can resharpen it if we have to and don't have to worry about all that. Okay, so I've got an old handle out of something, and normally at this point I bust out my pattern maker's rasp and start rasping the handle down. But this outfit, GRAFF, sent me these essentially, they're carving discs. They look like a rasp on an angle grinder wheel. There's a flat one and a round one. So I am just gonna see how that works. In a rare fit of good sense, I've put this on an angle grinder with a guard on it. So let's get this handle in the vise and get to making some sawdust. This is a stroke tool, not a hammer. So it doesn't have to fit like a hammer. Like it doesn't have to go through and be wedged. It's just got to stick through here and be good enough to hold it while you hit it. So let's see how this thing does. Quick, that's how that thing does. Man, that took that right down. Get the other side. That took that right down. Wow. Okay. I mean, that took that right down. That's amazing. We'll get the old rasp out here to take some of these corners off. But I tell you, I'd still be rasping on the first side, trying to get those flats. I'm learning to finesse it a little now. Look at me go. Alright, that's got her. And that is gonna work. Okay, so this carving disc, this company sent me these quite a while back, and I've been trying to get to something I could use them on. And man, they work quick. Certainly gonna be a little learning curve. I've been using this pattern maker's rasp for 30 years, and these things remove material so much faster. But that was, yeah, I'd still be over there rasping on this. This is gonna make handling things, putting handles in tools, a whole lot quicker. I am gonna have to, I don't know, maybe learn how to lighten up using it, but man, what a neat tool. And I think they're about 15, 16 bucks. I'll put a link in the description. I don't get anything out of it if you buy them, but they're cool. I think they'd be something cool to have. And I guess we better give our old hot cut a test. One of the keys to hot cutting something is having something hot to cut. So I'm heating up a piece of 1/2" stuff. I generally use this swedge block as a cut plate because if somebody else had cut all over it before I got it, so I'm just keeping it going. And here we go. Alright y'all, well that's it. So that's a $1 scrap tool into something that I can use in Granville, so I don't have to carry a hot cut back and forth. And I know what you may be saying. You may be thinking, well, you know, I can't just find hot cuts laying around like that to fix. Well, take a ball peen hammer, forge it into a hot cut. I did this one years ago. So you don't have to start off with raw stock. There are things you can find. Should I make a hot cut out of a ball peen, forge one, and show y'all how we do that? Maybe that'll be a video coming up. But anyway, hope y'all got something out of this. And I'll put a link to those carving discs in the description there. But let me know what you think of it, and y'all behave yourselves.